angels carry it in the spirit. So, when a man suddenly becomes strong in the spirit realm, one of the factors that gives him that capacity to suddenly rise and become a powerful man in the spirit is because he understands partnership with angels. Now, notice something happened. In the days when Herod began to rage, the Bible said they took James and they cut his head. They killed him. And when the Bible said, according to scripture, when Herod discovered that it pleased the Jews, he took Peter also to kill. And the Bible said this time around the church rose up and interceded for Peter. Watch what happened. While they were praying in the house of Mary, the Bible said they were afraid. They shut the doors. They were behind the doors. While they were praying indoors, suddenly there was a knock on the door. And a servant girl by name Rhoda went to the door. You know what she said? It is Peter's angel. The Jerusalem church had done business in deep waters to a level that they can mirror partnership with their angelic counterparts. It means that even Rhoda, a little girl serving, could discern that men partner with God to a level that they have angels that are their partners in the spirit. So the same ordination upon them, angels mirror that ordination. So seeing angels was nothing strange to them. It was partnership. It means that partnership to the Jerusalem church at least could develop capacity that partnership was nothing strange with them, that even Rhoda could identify partnership. He said, we are expecting Peter. And it's just his angel. That suggests that every man that must do business in great waters must understand partnership with your angelic counterpart. Every man that has serious business to do with God, there is an angel that carries your same ordination. How far you are able to deliver to your generation is how far you partner with that angel. This is the reason why I'm saying to you that many a times they come around your environment to trouble you, to distract you. You are not aware. Your heart is given to mundane things. That's all matters to you. So many times they come. You violate their protocol many times. Are you following me? You say it's Peter's angel. Now, I don't have time. I would have shown you something. Do you know that? Many times, people say to you, you came and visit me. You say, me? I saw you yesterday now. Were you not in Abuja? He said, me Abuja. What happened many a times, it is traffic. Your angel has trafficked that area. Because one thing about them is that they have, there is a lot of politics in the angelic cycle. A lot of manipulations goes on there. Angels can manipulate a lot of things. Are you following me? They can decide to wear your identity, wear your face. They can look like you. Why? Because of partnership. They can appear like you. So when people see them, I told you before, angels don't have wings. They appear to you naturally the same way I'm talking to you like this. This is why the Bible said, men do not be wearied of doing good, because men did good and they entertain angels unaware. So if you see a being with wings, you will know it's an angel. It means for you not to know the being and it carries you unaware, it means you didn't know it was an angel because it came like a man. So they can wear a jeans and a t-shirt just like I, but their face will be looking like your face. So somebody see them, they are thinking you came. And you are not the one that came. It was your angel that came. That's what Rhoda saw. Even in the dreams, many people appear to you, they are talking to you. It's not the people that appear, it's the angels that came to you. Many times you see a pastor talking to you in the dream. It's not the pastor that came, it was his angel that came. Are you following me? So, it was an angel, a kingly beast that had capacity to call John into the first sea. And I laid a protocol for you to come in. I want to stretch a little bit to say few things to you. Did I say to you that when people become powerful, one of the reasons is because of partnership? Did I say that to you? All right. I don't know whether you heard of Babalola, that great apostle of God. You heard of him? It is on record that Angel Michael came to him and gave him a yam, a tuber of yam. That was his level of partnership with the angelic cycle. Angel Michael gave him a tuber of yam and he ate. When he ate, that was the impartation of strength. Many times this man could levitate in services. Services are going on. You know, there was an experience we had that day. How many of you remember that experience? When the Spirit of God took me from the feet, was lifting me from here. Was it from here? That is an idea of what it means to levitate. To him, it was a normal lifestyle. In worship services, he will begin to fly. They will hold him, Baba, come back. Come, don't go. Baba Rapture, come. When you heard that he was going for a program and there was hold up everywhere, he told the driver, meet me in the venue. He disappeared, he appeared in the venue. He didn't need to enter airpiece. Oluwagbemi is okay. He has flight. Take me. He ate a young. It was partnership. These things happened because of partnership. He partnered with Michael. After the death of Idahosa, many said that they saw his angels around Benin City for a long time. Many places. Why I don't know where I was then, I think in Lagos or so. Somebody called me and asked me, is Reverend John Oguze in town? I said, no, I'm in Lagos or something. I don't know where I was, but I said, I'm not in Benue. I don't know whether he's in town or not. But the person said, but I saw his angels for around. Are you following me? This is what is called partnership. So, I am saying to you that your ordination is mirrored by angels. And for you to come into some certain heritages, you need to understand their movement. And I told you something yesterday, that one thing that solidifies your partnership is something called sensitivity to prophetic time. People break your schedule. You must have something called a constant in your life. That constant hour, even your biological mother or father, nobody breaks it. Your constant hour. Your constant hour. Because one thing about angels is that their calendar is built on constant. Are you here? That is why I said to you that in John 5, the Bible says at a certain time an angel come and stir the waters. At a certain time. It means that they were configured into that prophetic time clock. So as soon as it starts, not 1 minute before, not 1 minute after, they stir the water. And to become a nation, the angel said, my hour has ended. Because he knew that he was a night watcher and the money was about to break over him. He needed to go so that another watcher can take over, the money watcher. He was not a money watcher, so his major emphasis was time. Angels are sensitive to prophetic time zone. Are you following me? You have 12 o'clock as your time zone. And when it's 12, you want to pray, somebody says, please escort me to Wurukum. I won't take you seriously. It's your sensitive hour. And somebody call it, where are you now? A kind of gist that will not benefit you. And you begin to gist. You are not a serious person. Angels, they will stop coming to you. They will never come to you again. When you violate them, they will never come to you. It will take the sovereignty of God to send them to you again. Because not one thing that you have no authority to invoke angels. Know that. You have no authority. It's not given to you. Jesus as a man prayed the Father to send angels. He didn't command them as a man. That's a pattern. Are you following me? You can't call an angel. When you are dealing with the realm of God, you should know that you are not dealing with Amadioha. You can call a demon and send him. I told you yesterday. God is not Amadioha spirit. That you can call him and send him to go and remove somebody's money in account and give you, called miracle money. God doesn't do that. You can't command him. And you can't command his functionaries. Are you following me? So, people that are careless about prophetic time zones, those kind of people, no heritage they can come into. They will live as normal people till the day they take shit between 2 to 3 or 4 years now, trying to guide my prophetic time zone. Somebody will just wake up in the morning from Young and begin to call me. Are you following me? Why are you calling me? And these are people you have no business with. A priest that doesn't know how to minister to God cannot minister to men. What are you telling men? Are you following what we're saying? Now, let me stretch something a little bit before we proceed. It will help you. When it comes to the issue of partnership, you know we are talking about the book, right? The issue of partnership. Something very key that will help your journey. Partnership is not just about the realm of angels. Partnership also has to do with men. Now, when it comes to partnership with men, it happens at two levels. It happens in a triangular dimension, or it happens in a twin manner. Either it is twin or triangular. Now, I need to give some examples to explain what I'm saying. How many of you heard of this man? What is this his name again? How many of you heard of Martin Luther? Heard of Martin Luther? You know there are two Martin Luther. One of them is a reformist and is associated with church age, and another is a revolutionist, right? That is the one I'm talking about, the Martin Luther in America. You know Martin Luther? How many of you know Barack Obama? Know Barack Obama? How many of you know Dr. Miles Monroe? These people you are seeing that have mentioned their names now. I don't know much about King Junior, his relationship with God, but I can say categorically here that it is only Dr. Miles Monroe that I knew he was a believer. Among the two I have called you. But you are going to discover that as you begin to relate with the Lord, there are some insight and trickles of insight that comes to you based on the law of partnership, that you can begin to notice the same ordination running through the life of these people. And notice something, that in as much as the same ordination runs through their life, one thing is that as long as some of them have not come willfully and submitted their ordination to Jesus, you are going to discover that Satan will explore that ordination for his kingdom purposes. Are you following me? But in the realm of the spirit, according to design, because ordination existed before Satan began. You should know this. So when you see the enemy try to pervert ordination, it's a function of a man's will. It is willingly. Satan cannot pervert what God began if you have not submitted to it willingly to the devil. Are you following me? Because before the wisdom of the enemy began, ordination existed. So I'm saying that these people share a similar ordination. Maybe let me pick some instances. Partnership. See, this matter is a serious matter. Partnership. Partnership. It means that there are things reserved for you that without partnership you can never come into them. You can, and believe me, no matter how you pray, no matter how you follow, you will never come into some certain things. You will be limited. How many of you heard of Awo? Obafemi Awolowo. You heard of Awo? Heard of Obafemi Awolowo? All right. You heard, I told you about Babalola before. All of them were from the southwest. All of them are Yoruba people. Now, Awo was in the political sphere. Babalola was in the spiritual sphere. Now, Babalola visited Awo's house. Obafemi Awolowo visited his house twice. The first time, he met his absence. And Babalola told Hannah Awolowo, the wife of Awolowo, tell your husband, thus hear the Lord. This is Babalola speaking. This mighty apostle. Thus hear the Lord. God said to me, he has called me in the spiritual landscape and has called your husband into the political landscape. 2 times, nothing was done about it. May God give you a woman that has sensitivity. Listen to me. Listen to me. After the end of the Civil War, which was 30 months, Civil War was the Biafran War. Are you following me? That was fought for 3 years, 30 solid months. Odemego Ojukwu made a statement. You know what Ojukwu said? Ojukwu said, Nigeria didn't fight us. Awo did. So it means that what happened to Biafra Odemeko Ojukwu didn't refer to Nigeria as fighting the Igbos. He said it was one person, Awolowo. That statement is deep. Awolowo was in prison. He was locked up in Calabar prison because it was during the military junta. Are you following me? He was released out of prison and taken to Calabar. Now, when he was taken there, he was invited into a military council. They were doing him interview because they wanted to give him a minister for finance. Are you following me? He told them, you want to make me a minister of finance? They say yes. He taught them elementary, primary school economics. All soldiers were perplexed. Not secondary school, primary school economics. He taught the council. Why Ojukwu made the statement that Nigeria didn't fight us, Awo did, was because for 30 months of this civil war, Nigeria didn't borrow a kobo. As the minister of finance, it was internal generated revenue that was used to fight the war for 30 months without borrowing a kobo. Courtesy of Minister of Finance, Awolowo. There was no, apart from Fidel Castro of Cuba, I am not seeing a match of this man. His match is uncommon. Is it Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana? You can compare his intelligence with Awo. Is it Seda Senghor of Senegal? Is it Nelson Mandela of South Africa? Is it Mobutu Sese of Zaire? Who? Is it Julius Nyerere of Tanzania? Among his peers in Africa, there was no man as talented and as intellectual powerful as Awo. No man do debate with him on TV. No man, when you invite him for debate, you will discover that you will go home in shame. He will disgrace you. What was in his brain, God's investment there was terrible. They asked him a question one day. They said, why is it that you don't take advice from other politicians? He said, me, I will take advice from other politicians. People that dance with free women at night on the street. Why I am dying thinking of how to move the country forward. Awo. Among his contemporaries, there was no man like Awo. Obafemi Awolowo that you know. Go and search. Go and do your research. I read politics. I am telling you confidently from research. Go and do your research. Among his peers in Africa, I'm telling you, none. Is it Mandela? None. 1977, they asked him a question about first tag. What do you think about first tag? It's a show of primitivity to the white man. It means that Nigeria has not developed to compete internationally. So Nigeria should generate energy to be able to develop education and technology, not to be doing first tag. Very sound man. Are you following what we are saying here? You know what Ojukwu said about Awo? Ojukwu said after Awolowo died, Ojukwu said Awolowo was the best president that Nigeria never had. Meanwhile, he was not the president. But Ojukwu said Awolowo was the best president Nigeria never had. Because Ojukwu saw a leader, a national leader in Awo. But can I say something to you? Awo neglected that partnership. So he never submitted to the authority of Jesus till he died. Awo and Babalola were the two leaf gates that were to open the heritage of God in the southwest. Are you hearing me? They were the two leaf gates. But he didn't discern his twin in the spirit. Stop wasting your time around people that will waste your time. You are a twin in the spirit. Cry out for your twin to come. There were things written in the book of God about you that creation is waiting to see. Have you not read the lamentation of Paul? The whole earth groaned and waited for the manifestations of the sons of God. Listen to me. No man had capacity to open his book and read it, and another must interpret it for you. It is only Jesus that has capacity to open the book and read. Have you not heard the testimony of Isaiah? A book was given to him. He said, take and read. He said, I am not schooled. I can't read. They gave to a one that was schooled. He said, I can't read it. You can't interpret your book. For every writing of God over your life, there is an interpreter. He is your twin in the spirit. Look for your twin. As long as you have not met your twin, the writings of God over your life, you may not live them. You may live like a normal man. A man in honor that does not know is like a beast that perish. Look, I'm saying to you that Babalola was the interpreter to our destiny. Check Awo. Go and check him. Are you following me? Look at how great he was. What if he opened his hand to partnership? A man that can dine with angels is calling for partnership. Are you following what we're saying? There are many things to say. See, how many of you know Jess Tucker? Sawan Tucker. You know Jess Tucker? You know Reverend John Onguze? That was the duo. I don't know whether Onguze met Tucker. I have no idea. But I'm saying that they were twins in the spirit. The same way God placed Awu in politics and placed Babalola in the spiritual landscape to open the two-leaf gate of God over the southwest. That was the same way God blessed Reverend John Onguze side by side with Jess Tucker to open the two-leaf gate over the Benue inheritance. Listen to me. A time is going to come. I have prophesied about this more than 4 or 5 years ago, that there is a heritage over the Benue Valley. And I said the prophecy is going to be fulfilled in 10 years to come. You are going to see the bed pans of the prophecy. The full fulfillment will not be after 10 years. I say bed pans. It means that you are going to see the heritage of God over this city. It will cry out. Yes, over the Benue Valley. There is something over our land. The enemy knew this. If Uthman Danfodio cannot conquer Benue, you should know what is here. He bypassed our territory, went and conquered Ilorin. He couldn't conquer Benue. Why? Because you can't conquer. Listen to me. According to archaeological sources, the Ark of God was in Ethiopia. Do you know that among African countries, Ethiopia was not colonized? You can't colonize a place where Jesus cannot colonize Benue. Why? Because there is a presence here. Benue hosts the Ark. The food basket nation you see is not tomato. It's spiritual diet. So that nations that are lean will come and eat. Nations of the world will come here because there is bread here. Listen to me. In the days of famine, even Jacob can tell his children, go to Egypt to look for bread. Where you go is not the matter. It's bread that men are looking for. So Jacob can recommend Egypt for bread. They look upon their father and they say, go down to Egypt. So where bread is available, location is not a problem. Men will go for it. Because men must survive by bread. According to Isaiah 3:1, the staff of bread is broken. So there is famine. When we host the heritage, nations will see, they will come. What is happening in RCN is the beginning of what God is about to do. It's a sign. Out of Bethlehem of Judea, Messiah will be born. That very place that is neglected. Take your seat. Are you following me? Are you sure? I don't have time. See, let me show you this thing before I stop. Then I continue further. This guy that sings, this Idoma guy, what is this his name? You know, Two-Face. You know his name? What is his name? Let me tell you something. Watch out, you will see something. You see Two-Face? You know that young man that sings, his name is Owi Abutu. They are twins. You will not know. These matters are not gotten on the paper. They are not. They are in the spirit. Until you begin to see into the book of God before you know who is who. Don't allow men to show people. They will deceive you. Every history is. So any man that is not piping from the book will tell you a lie. What he's preaching is a lie. Every minister must preach from the book. It is from the book that you know your twin. You make friends because of sentiment. They will stab you again and again. Because you chose them. The book didn't choose them for you. You chose them. Because may God give you understanding on these matters. Two-Face and Owi. These people are the two-leaf gate that God has mounted in the domination. Are you following me? He has chosen to respond to the word. But listen to me. I speak as a prophet. The young man called Two-Face, before he dies, he will sing the song of Zion. So always should better look for his brother. Yes. If it means for him to lie sideward and cry out for God to bring him into the kingdom, all we should do, that is his brother. The two of them, they are voices that will be uttered in the last days, that the gate of revival will break forth in the domination. These two, they are twins. Listen to me. This is what the angel that was a partner of Gideon told him. He said, thou mighty man of valor, we are twin, I and you. You are a mighty man. What are you doing in the farm? Two-Face, what are you doing in the world? The things that God has. Gideon, what are you doing in the threshing floor? Arise. Is the angel was patient. He said, if God is the one, tell him to come again. The angel was patient. Can angels do what happened between them and on Joshua when Joshua asked them a question? Angels don't, they have no, are you following me? But he was patient with Gideon because that was his twin. It is possible that your twin can be in the farm. So responsibility lies upon you to call him to come. Maybe he might be playing Man U, Manchester, Arsenal somewhere. It is you that will call him to come. Are you following? It is you that will call him to come. Because we were created in bunches. That is the writings of the book. Paul understood this better. This is why that partnership between Paul and Silas, the Bible, it said that men of Thessalonica gave a testimony. Testimony was that these two people turned the word upside down. When you come in contact with your pair in the spirit, two of you can. In every partnership there is a senior partner. When he comes with energy. When you are weak, he strengthens you. Because for every partnership lies a senior partner. These are matters that the spirit of the ancient is bringing to our notice. A cord of 3 strands cannot be easily broken. You are alone. Woe to he that is alone. When he falls, there is no man to bring him up again. Do you know that your partnership with angels in the spirit, many a times you receive help. You are weak. Lie down, you can't even pray. And suddenly an angel fly and touch you. Gabriel said, at the time of evening oblation, I saw an angel arise and he flew. And by the time of that evening oblation, the angel touched me. The Bible said Jesus was weak and he was tired. And an angel came and ministered to him. How did that happen? It is angelic locomotion. An angelic motion. When they fly, they touch you, you receive strength. It's your partner in the spirit. When you are weak, he comes. Many a times you come to church, you are weak. Suddenly people are praying, you don't know how to pray. And your angel that is your partner in the spirit stand by you and stretch his hand and touch you, and suddenly strength come. You begin to pray like a lion. It is partnership in the spirit. You can't be alone. Lift up your voices to God. Oh, we call for true partnership in the spirit. We ask for true partnership in the spirit. For the Lord is set to unite men, to bring a holy convocation, a holy partnership. Now we open the heritages that were concealed to the enemy. Yamama Moria Samina Cambratelo, thou mighty man of valor, what are you doing in the threshold? What are you doing in the farm? Arise, Gideon. As of the book, Saviors, we arise from Zion, and they shall judge the mountains of Israel. There are men that can wield the sword of God. They can wield the bow. And they can proclaim judgment from the mountain of Eber, so that the heritage can be preserved. These are men that can command deliverances unto Jacob. May we the scepter of deliverance in the spirit. Benway away, Benway away, Benway away. Awake, oh my heritage, awake. Awake, oh my partner, awake. Where are the interpreters? Awake, oh, awake. For the battle of a warrior comes with a confused noise. We are in the season of battles. Lost heritages shall be recovered. Lost mantle shall be recovered. Lost anointing shall be recovered. Lost glory shall be recovered. This is our season. The sons of God, your season is now. Your season is now. Now is the hour of salvation. We call for partners in the spirit. We call for angelic partners. We call for mortal partners, both angelic and human. From the four corners of the earth, let partners arise. For the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Lord, order my step. Order my step, oh great monarch of Zion. For it is not given to a man to direct his step. Oh, order my step, oh emperor. Now emperor of the universe. Order my step. The labor of a fool wearieth. He does not know the way to the city. Take me by the hand and lead me into Zion. Lead me to your city. Bring me into Salem. Salem, your administrative headquarters. Salem above. Salem is your resting place. Raskababoria Samina Capratelo Saye Keluatale. Where are my partners in the spirit? Both in the divine and in the natural. Lord, may they hear the sound of the shofar. I cry out for partners in the spirit. I cry out for partners in the spirit. From the continent of Africa, from the continent of Asia, down to the Middle East, down to Europe, and I cry out for partners. Hear my voice. They know me and they follow me. The voice of a stranger shall they not hear. I cry out for partnership. I start heavens. Europe. America. I call Asia. I call Africa. I call the Middle East. Arise for partnership. I sing the song of the bow. Men that can win the shield, men that can win the sword, men that can win the bow. Where are the valiant? Where are the mighty men? Not us in the spirit. Men that have power we come. Call Samina Cabratello. As a priest, Jacob had power with God. Where are the priests? Where are the men of Isaac? Alone. I call for true partners. Where are the interpreters? Where are the interpreters? I call for wise men, men that can interpret the scroll. For the Lord has given me a scroll, yet I cry for interpreters. Who can read my scroll? Who can interpret my scroll? I cry out wherever you are, rise. I pray for my interpreter. May God give you wisdom. Let the day that God has given to me, let the spirit of the ancient rest upon them. Elohim, 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 Elohim. Put your wisdom upon interpreters. Was open for Paul, but he refused to enter the open door. He cried for Titus. He cried for Titus. Where are the interpreters? Who know how to comfort they that are downcasted, have comforted us by the coming of Titus. Where are my interpreters? From the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. What I meant I can read my scroll. I cry. For in the whole of heaven, only one man could interpret the scroll. Upon the face of the earth, Lord, where is the one man that can break open my book, that can read my writings? Jesus. When Barak refused to arise, Deborah will arise from Naphtali. Even from the land of Naphtali, Deborah will arise. To comfort they that are downcasted, will comfort me. He will bring interpreters, women that can read my scroll. You are the King of glory. No one